Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to today's workout. My name's Matthew. I work for Livewire. I'm one of the lifestyle advisors, and we're here today in quite an unusual setting for a workout. So it's going to be a little bit different than usual, but you know the results were the same. Now, today's workout is one that's aimed at improving someone's strength and balance. These are two important factors to our physical health. Ones that without practice we can lose our skill to balance. What you must remember today is to work at your own pace. So if you're new to exercise, take it easy, be kind to yourself, and work at a moderate intensity, but most importantly, listen to your own body. Don't try and overdo it on this first one. So with that in mind, are we good to get started? Right, so as we'll start, we're going to start with a very low march like this. I've brought a chair just here to my side, just so I've got a bit of support if needed. And as I said, I'm going to offer some alternatives as we go. So the first exercise is simply just this, just to march gently on the spot. So nothing too major, just a low march. Keep your arms relaxed, down by your side, shoulders back and down. Excellent, well done. Okay, heel digs are another staple of our workouts. So this is where we just bend gently at the knee and tap our heel onto the floor. Yes, good. How low you go is up to you, but just keep it comfortable for you. Yeah. So we can see how we do it from the side, like so. If you wish, you can add a little arm curl in as well. Good. We're going to do 4 more. Well done. Okay. Using the chair here, I'm going to take a shoulder width stance. I'm going to raise up and down on the heels. So we're just going to gently raise the heels, like so. If you wanted, you can not rely on the chair. We can hold our arms out in front. We can extend them, like so. Or you can hold them out for balance. It's up to you. That's good. Final one. Excellent. Right. Let's get back to a march again, but this time we're going to raise the knee that little bit higher. I'm going to reach up and I'm going to tap the knee, like so. And as always, if you can't touch your own knee, don't worry, touch someone else's. That's what I always keep telling people. But then the lawyers told me I can't say that anymore. So make sure it's just your own knee that you're touching. Excellent, good. So this is going to get your legs working out a little bit more. You might start to feel your breathing increase. That's fine, that's okay, that's what we want. Good, excellent. Last few. Well done. Okay, let's give those legs a rest. Nice wide stance again. I'm going to gently rotate left, right. So this is what we call a torso twist. It just helps to loosen up the waist, get a bit of movement in the lower back, and just prepares the body to do some of the exercises we're going to do later. Excellent. From here, we're going to a side bend. So ensuring we don't overstretch here, we just move to a distance that's comfortable for you. Good. Again, if you want, you could lift up the elbows, and we're going to continue for 3, 2, 1. Good, well done. Okay, back to our version of marching, but this time I'm going to throw some punches. So usually we would do this marching around the room, but as you can see, we're not blessed with acres of space, so we're going to do it on the spot. But if your room allows, a little movement forward or back is fine. Bit of movement side to side. Anything really that's good and that you can do wherever you're doing this. Excellent, good. Final 2, 1, well done. Okay, nice wide stance once again. This time we're going to hold our palms together and we're going to rotate our bodies that little bit further, like so. Well done. Excellent. Left to right. How about coming down? And soften the knees as we swing the hands around. Well done. Gentlemen, be careful if you're swinging too hard here. We don't want any injuries. Lovely. Final one. Excellent. Okay. Back to our march and punch. So this time we can get the knees that little bit higher. That's great. Excellent. Take it forward a little bit. Take it back a little bit. Punching up. Those mama flowers. And down. Punching towards the floor. Well done. Okay, come back to the spot. Excellent. Again, we're going to rely on my chair now. I'm going to do a little leg raise out to the side. So you do your best impersonation of a Cocker Spaniel. Raise the leg out to the side. Try not to lean excessively over. Try and brace yourself like so. Alternatively, if you want a bit more of a challenge, you can do without the chair, fold your arms and raise up like so. Much more difficult to do and keep yourself upright. Final one. Well done. Okay, last march for this warm-up, but we're going to give up boxing because I'm a pacifist and we don't want that, and we're going swimming instead. So I'm going to choose to do the breaststroke arms, one of your better movements for our shoulders. But if you want to do the front crawl, the backstroke, the butterfly, anything but doggy, will work great on this, yeah? So we can swim all around your living room. Yeah, you can. Yeah, as you can see, I've got my curtains closed so none of my neighbours can see what I'm doing here. But I think the cat might be peeping through. Good. Excellent. Last one. And relax. Well done. There we are. That's our warm up over with. Hopefully that's left you with feeling a little bit warmer, a little bit more energised. You know, right, ladies and gents, this next section is the strength section. So this is where we're going to work on building our leg strength, our lower body strength, which in turn is going to help with our balance. Yeah. So as I said earlier, I'm going to offer you some little alternatives as we do it. So choose which you feel is best for you today. So our first exercise, as you can see, I've sat down, I've got myself a good chair to do this. I've put my feet roughly hip width apart. I'm going to bring myself to the end of my chair, slightly lean forward and then push down and stand up. And then I'm going to control the movement back down. So push up and down. Excellent. So our sit to stand exercise is probably the number one exercise that we recommend in our usual sessions, our stay on your feet sessions. Yeah. And time again, it's helped people improve the balance and get more leg strength. Very simple and easy to do. Really good, gentle on the joints, but works both, not only the muscles, but the heart and lungs as well. Good. As you can see, I'm using my hands as a little bit of a counterbalance. Yeah. You can fold your arms if you like, just put a bit more emphasis on your legs. Yeah. If you're finding this a struggle, by all means, you can put your hands onto your thighs as well, or if you've got chair arms, you can use that as well. You know, at this stage, don't worry too much. We just want to get these legs working. Good. Two more. and relax. Excellent, well done. Woo. Right, so take your time, let's get ourselves to our feet. We're going to come just to the back of the chair. I'm going to place our hands on here. I'm going to do some calf raises. So this is an exercise really good for strengthening the ankles, strengthening all the muscles and joints in our feet. Excellent, good. I'll show you this way. I'm just raising up, nice and tall on the toes. Excellent, good. Excellent. Well done. We can, if you want, hold your arms out, balance on the top for a moment. Like so. Final one. Excellent. Well done. Okay, our next exercise, I'll just move that to you, is a lunge or a curtsy. So a bit more of a challenging exercise, this one. I'm going to start with my feet side by side. I'm going to take one foot back, using the chair for a little bit of support. I'm going to take my back knee towards the floor and back up again. So I'm not moving forward too much. I'm taking my back knee towards the ground. Good. Excellent. Two more. And swap over. So it's common that some people are better on one side than the other. But listen to your body. Don't overstretch it at this time. Yeah. Just do what's right for you. If you're feeling quite comfortable doing this one, holding the arms out, it's going to add a little balance aspect to this. Good. Final one. Well done. Okay. Brilliant. Well done, everyone. Let's go back to our sit to stand exercise once more. Okay, so this time, as before, sit at the end of your chair, bring your feet, your heels towards the chair so you've got your feet right underneath you. Push hard into the floor, stand, and then sit. Good. Keeping the weight back on your heels, pushing out your bottom. Yeah. All people, this is where they struggle with this exercise. They get the technique a little bit wrong. It's important that you hinge at your hips and sit back down. Well done. Last two. Excellent, well done. Returning again to side on. We're going to come straight into the calf raises. If you want that little bit of balance, you don't have to rely on the chair. Good. Excellent, let's keep it going. So a good squeeze should really start to feel those calf muscles beginning to warm up. Good. Final one. Excellent. And again, let's repeat the lunges, but this time I'm going to do a forward lunge. So we're going to take the step forward. Still got your chair for balance or support if need be. Importantly, make sure that the heel is up on the back foot. If you have it flat, you're going to restrict your movement. And we want to be as supple as we can with this one. So again, we're going just to take that back knee towards the floor. So excellent. Keeping the arms out for balance if you like. Again, if you wanted a little bit more of a challenge, you could hold something in your hands for a little bit of extra resistance. But for most people, we found that this is enough. Good. Let's swap our feet over. So again, making sure the heel is up on the back foot. You see here, like so. that really does help with your mobility, like so. That really does help with your mobility doing this exercise. And then we're going to take the back knee towards the ground. Oops. Again, the aim isn't to go very low with this exercise. We just want to get some movement into the hips. Good. Final one. Excellent. Okay. Well done, everyone. Final run through. I'm going to show you an advanced version now of the sit to stand. So this time we don't actually sit. We just tap our backside onto the chair. So we're spending more time with the muscles under tension than we're doing them when we sit down. So this will really help improve the strength and therefore your balance. Yeah. But as I said earlier, whichever way is best for you. Yeah. Well, the most important thing is that you're doing this exercise. Yes. So don't worry whichever level you're doing. You're doing a lot more than you did yesterday, perhaps. Yeah. And don't forget your running rings around the version of you sat on the couch watching Cash in the Attic or whatever craps on the TV, yeah? Or you sat there worrying about what's on the news channel, yeah? We're doing something positive, yeah? You've got control. Excellent. Good. Final one. Into our calf raises. So this time I'm going to do some single calf raises. Yeah. So quite intense on the calf. Yeah. But really helps to work and strengthen and also flex that ankle. You know, often people don't realise the importance of flexible ankles with our balance. Yes. Good. Swap over. Same on the other foot. Yeah. Often we spend a lifetime walking around on flat, even surfaces, and you know there's no need for our ankles to be as flexible as they're designed to be. Yeah. So when we lose that flexibility in the ankle joint, it puts more strain on the knee joint and the hip joint, and so on. So another good reason to do an exercise like so. Final one, and relax. Great. Okay, final exercise on this session is a combining two of those exercises together. So a little bit more advanced. Have a go, see what you think. So I'm going to do it a stand into a lunge to a sit. So we're standing up with the other foot this time. Sit down. Raising up and down. So we're combining the two exercises into one. Bit more of a challenge. So only attempt this if you're at your 3 Weetabix this morning. Good. Excellent. Final one. One more for the Queen. Well done. Excellent. Grab yourself a quick drink of water and come right back because we're going to work on your balance next. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gents. This next section we're going to focus on your balance. So your balance, our balance is a skill, and like any other skill, if we don't practice, we lose the ability. Yes. So these next few exercises, won't be as strenuous on the heart and lungs as the others, but help to practice the the skill of balance, yeah, but we're going to do it safely and effectively. I'll offer you some alternatives as we do it, so do whichever you feel is best for you. So I'm going to begin once again with somewhere I can grab hold of. So I've got the chair here, but this could be your kitchen sink, it could be a dining room table, it could be a banister, you know, something safe and secure that you can grab if you was to need to. So the first exercise are what we call toe raises. So my feet are about hip width apart. I've got my chair here. On the first few, I'm just going to practice lifting up my toes onto my heels and back down. So I'm looking to hold for about 3 seconds. Yeah, lifting, curling up the toes. Yeah. We'll feel quite happy doing that. Let's try it with one hand. Yeah, so we're raising up, holding, and so on. Let's go down to one finger, if you like. So just as little balance as we can. Yeah, good. And if you're happy to do so, just hover your hands over the chair, and we're going to walk way and back down. So you can see if we was to lose your balance, you can grab straight back on. Yeah. Good. Final couple. Excellent. Lovely. Well done. Tougher than it looks, that one. So practice that. Really helps to build up strength down the front of the ankle and also in the shins. Another important part of all this. The next one is called a stand and reach. So this is where we're going to move a little bit further back from our anchor point, really. And we're going to keep us nice and tall, but soft in the knees. And we're going to reach forward and tap and back, yeah? So come forward, tap and back. So this doesn't have to be a chair, it could be the wall. Yeah, I've just got the chair here. Yeah, I can, if I wanted to tap with one or both hands. If I want a little bit more of a challenge, I'll come that bit further back. And this whole exercise is helping you feel confident moving out of your centre of gravity, yeah? So we're going to do it safely and under control. So as I said earlier, it's about practicing that skill, yeah, balance. So when you get start to feel your centre of gravity reaching its limit, you know what that feels like, yeah? So should you do that unintentionally, it's less of a worry. Good. Excellent. Well done. Okay, moving on. A tightrope balance. Yeah. So this is an inline step, as if we're stood on a tightrope. So I'm going to place one foot in front of the other. And again, I've got my chair either here at the front or it can be at the side. And we're just going to practice our balance, yeah? So keeping one foot in front of the other. The common mistake I see people do is look down at the feet. So what that does is straight away just throws off my centre of gravity, yeah? I want to try and keep it nice and upright. It can be helpful to focus your eyes on a point in front of you rather than down at your feet. Good. Let's swap over. So if you can hold each one for about 30 seconds, that will be good. But whatever's a challenge to you. Yeah. So well done. So nice and tall. Good. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, why don't we add a bit of arm movement if you wanted. Just to help you with your balance. Excellent, well done. So about 30 seconds on each side. A progression from that is what we call tightrope walking. So we're going to take that same inline step, again having something nearby to hold on to if you need to, but we're going to practice as if we're walking on a tightrope. Just 2 or 3 steps forward and then 2 or 3 steps back. Taking your time, yes? It's not a fast exercise, this. Good. And at any point you can stop and grab hold, yeah? So let's try that again. So one foot in front of the other, arms out, 2, 3, good. Come back, well done. Excellent, good. Okay, continuing that balancing, well, it's like being in a circus, this. We're going to just do a single leg balance, so we're going to start off with the left foot. Yeah, I'm just going to raise up the right knee, just so you can slide an envelope underneath that right foot. You don't need to raise it really high. Doesn't need to be up here like so, just so it's off the ground. And again, as we said earlier, with the other balance exercises, if you look at something, it usually helps with your balance. Try not to look down at your feet. That makes it even more difficult than it need be. Yeah, so really use those arms out, you know, grabbing if need be, but practice on your balance, yeah? Really, really effective exercise, this. Lovely. Let's move on to the right foot again. So another top tip is if you keep your legs soft as you do this rather than stiff, you can call in all the other muscles in your leg rather than just around the ankle to help with your balance, yeah? Good, well done. So again, if you feel quite happy doing so, you can add a little bit of either leg movement with that spur leg there, or we can add a little bit of arm movement, like so. It will increase the challenge of this. But this is an exercise that can be done throughout the day, this, you know. Often we'll say if the kettle's boiling, have a practice of this while it's going on, or while your tea's brewing, have a go, yeah? Excellent. Good. Final few seconds and relax. Well done. Right, and that's our balance exercise is done. Right, grab yourself a quick drink of water, and we're going to do a cool down and a stretch off. I've certainly worked in this workout, so it's an opportune time to give them a stretch. So I'm going to hold one foot extended like so. I'm going to relax that foot out. I'm going to sit as tall as I can in the chair. I'm going to lean forward, not bend, but pivot. So I feel a stretch around the back of my thigh. Once I've felt that, I'm going to simply point my toes up towards me. I'm going to enhance that stretch and the back of the hamstring and also in the calf muscle as well. You may feel it a little bit in your lower back. That's okay. Just do it nice and gentle. We don't need to stretch severely for it to be good for us. Okay, swap over. Let's do the same on the other foot. And again, nice and tall. Pivot forward until you feel that stretch right down the back of your thigh, maybe even into your lower back, as I said, yeah. But if these muscles are tight here at the back of the legs, the hamstrings, they do make make it more likely that we get back ache and back strain. So it's always good to keep those muscles supple. Good. We're going to take a stand now. I'm going to just turn this chair around like so. So I can use the back of it and put one foot down behind me. I'm going to stretch out my calf muscle. So take note that my foot is flat on the floor behind me. And I always try and reiterate this in my classes, is this back foot needs to be pointing at 12 o'clock. Yeah? If it's bent to the side, 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock, it really makes this a fruitless exercise. So keep it pointing at 12, keeping my back straight. I'm just going to bring my weight forward so I feel a good stretch on that calf. Let's do the same on the other foot. Again, ensuring it's flat down on the floor and that my rear foot is pointing at 12. Yeah. If you're not quite feeling that stretch, it may be that you're not too tight in the calf, or if you find that it's not stretching in the right spot for you. Often, if you bend that back knee slightly, you'll feel the stretch lower down, more towards your Achilles, yeah? And often that's a very tight place, yeah? So that should help stretch that area. So So thanks very much for your time, and I look forward to our next workout together. Take care and stay safe.